career probably started when I was in undergraduate school at University of Akron, and I was the director of or actually the president of the Women's Recreation Association prior to them having varsity athletics for women. And I remember a friend and I went to the director of athletics and asked them if we could start the women's basketball program at University of Akron. And so that was my first dealing with leadership as the president of WRA and really starting the ball rolling for women's athletics at University of Akron. One would be my professor and who became our women's basketball coach, Mary Ann Tripodi, who's out in California now. We do stay in touch and see each other at conferences once in a while. But I would say the strongest mentor I've had when I really realized what mentoring was with Christine Grant. Dr. Grant was the director of athletics at University of Iowa when I was there getting my doctorate, and I really looked to her and held her in such high regard and learned so much from her. And I would say that was really my first real stab at mentoring. I think through sport you learn how to be a leader or be a follower. You learn how to really make the decisions that you need to make that are going to be best for you as a student athlete, and those are the things like time management and not drinking during the season and those types of things, and really those carry over to today, what I'm doing today, and I oftentimes reflect on what I did as an athlete. The biggest message is that I can be anyone I want to be, and I can do anything I want to do. And before that, I really never thought about going to college. And my dad sat down with me and said, "Cathie, you have opportunities. You need to go to college." Because I was a first-generation college person in my family, and it was my father that really sat down and said, "You can be anybody you want to be. What do you want to do? Let's make it happen." And he really, that was the phrase I remember to this day and that I share with other people. And to be like a sponge. Learn, you never stop learning. I come to these conferences, I always take something home, and so I tell my students today, be like a sponge, learn as much as you can. I hope to see more women in the director of athletic positions, particularly at the Division I. And our conference, we're fortunate, 5 of the 10 ADs are women, and we have the opportunity to really interact, I think, somewhat differently than if it were an all-male oriented. Having come up through the ranks of being more in a dominated organization, I think one of the biggest change are opportunities that women have to come to symposiums like this and learn and be mentored and develop the network that the men have had for so long, that we're seeing more women getting involved and hopefully at the higher levels.